Hey you, welcome to my channel. It's really good to have you here. This is going to be an interesting video. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification as well because there is more where this came from. If you're on my last video, you would notice a sequence. This is kind of a mini series. I've been trying to right my wrongs, as we're concluding the year and trying to assess what we have done and all that. I'm doing my own personal stock taking. And part of it is revisiting some of the meals I made earlier on that didn't come out as perfect as I would have loved them to come out. So I'm going to be making spicy chicken in this video. However, it's not based on any KFC recipe, although it was inspired from that particular recipe. Yes, my previous video, the chicken didn't come out bad, but it didn't taste like KFC at all. It didn't even smell like KFC. So I've kind of let that slide. Like I'm not trying to chase after the KFC recipe. I'm all about just figuring out what tastes nice to me and what I can whip up in the comfort of my home. And being that I've been playing with a lot of flavors lately, I have come up with my own spicy chicken recipe. Yes. And that is what I'm going to be doing in this video. So it's kind of not necessarily righting my wrongs, but boosting my rights. I hope that came out right. Even if it didn't, it seemed like a rhyme. So you see, like it's really good to take stock. A wise man once said, an unexamined life is not worth living. So that's why it's important as well. Winding up the year, we need to take stock, assess ourselves, analyze our decisions, and not so much as to dwell on the past, but more of picking out what worked, what we could improve on, what we could let go, what, like just understanding yourself. Because yeah, we stress so much about education, learning the sciences, the math, the English, the arts, and all that. But no one really talks about the individual. More than anything, what we should be learning is ourselves. Like everybody should have a good understanding of who they are, what they like, what appeals to them, what they don't like, how they are in some situations. And it's times like these that like we're kind of forced to do that because a year is ending. That is more like the contextual reason for this my right and my wrong. Like it's really to become the best version of myself, or at least know what I do best and focus on that, and then just let go of the ones that we don't really find interesting. Because I believe like as long as you find something interesting, you are good at that. You're not good at it because you're not interested. Because once there's interest, energy would flow, and once energy flows, intuitions will come into play, intelligence, like you unlock a whole lot of resources. So it's interest that really bursts all those resources for you. So once you have an interest, trust me, you're good at it. So just focus on it. So all this assessment is mostly to focus on what I'm doing best. That's where the interest calls me the most. And I think I've talked enough. Let's get straight into the video before I turn to motivational speaker. Anywho, here are the ingredients. The MOC, which is chicken. I have lemon, milk, ginger powder, egg. I'm going to be using 2 whole eggs, oregano. So this is one of the spices that I've fallen in love with this year. I discovered it when I was trying different types of pasta, and like I just love the flavor it gives to food, and the aroma is nice as well. Like I love it. So I'm going to be adding it to my chicken, garlic powder, turmeric, garlic salt, another spice that I have come to love. Like I love the blend of like whatever is in it. I love. Like I want to say that it's a mixture of salt and garlic. I've not really delved into the ingredients like that, but I just love what it smells like and the taste in food. So yeah, garlic salt, I'll be adding it. Black pepper, curry. Now, curry, I love curry. But in the last chicken wings I made, I did not add curry because it was not part of the recipe I was using. But this time, this is my taste, and I'm going to be adding curry because why not? Spice cube or stock cube, ground pepper. This is chili, coriander powder. This is another spice that I was loving until I found oregano. Like it gave me something that oregano fulfilled. Like yeah, I don't know if you get that, but it gave me something that when I found oregano, I was like, yeah, that was why I was gravitating towards you. But I'm sorry, I'll go with oregano. You know, when they are judging like in a talent show and they're like, see, the both of you came really close, but I'm going to go with my gut. Oregano takes it. But yeah, coriander I'm going to add into this chicken. Then we have plain flour. And last but not the least, vegetable oil. In the chicken wings video, I made it in my air fryer. But this time, I just want to go all crude and fry it with vegetable oil because I think it does better. It really does better. Like because air fryer kind of dries up everything, and now I just use air fryer for meals that I don't mind it being so dry. But for this particular chicken that I'm going to do, and knowing that I really want it to come out perfect, like I don't want to have it half. Like I just want it to be what I mean it to be. I'm going to use vegetable oil. And without further ado, let's get to chickening. Starting up, I'm going to make my buttermilk. So buttermilk was one of the things I learned to do this year. And I learned it when I was making the KFC chicken, when I was trying it out. So now I'm pro. So making my buttermilk, I need lemon and milk for that. You know how I was saying I wonder how they got to buttermilk from lemon and milk? Like why didn't they call it lemon milk or something? I found out when I was learning heavy whipping cream, like the homemade recipe. I found out that buttermilk was a product of a heavy cream, and how it comes out is when the milk interacts with acid, and lemon is an acid. So when acid reacts with milk that has like a high fat content, it's going to produce buttermilk, like it's going to turn it into a buttermilk. So that's how, you know, buttermilk came from lemon and milk. So I'm going to make my lemon milk or buttermilk, and is to first set the tone for all the spices I'm going to be using. It's like the first step marinating the chicken. So I'm going to go ahead and pour my lemon juice here, pour it into this plate, make my milk. So I add a tablespoon of milk and yeah, 1.5. Mix that. Now this evaporated milk doesn't have as much fat content as the whole milk, but this is what I have and I've used it before and it gave me the result I wanted, so I'm going to use it again for today's recipe. So now the milk is all broken down in the water. I'm going to add my acid. Now I'm using a full lemon juice because I know that my milk does not have much fat content, so I go ahead and add it. If you can tell, see, that's already like they're separating, like the lemon milk already stay forming. So what I'm going to do now, I just keep calling it lemon milk because that's the way it makes sense in my head. So I'm going to keep this my spoon aside and bring the chicken. So I'm going to go ahead and cover it up and leave it in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes just so that it can soak up the whole marinade. That's the buttermilk marinade. There we go. Our chicken is out. It's 20 minutes later. And let's see. Ooh. Feels like ricotta cheese. Diving straight in with the spices. I'm adding every spice to taste. So starting with ground pepper, the chili, I'm going to add 3 of this. Then turmeric, garlic works really well in marinade. Black pepper, a teaspoon. Then garlic salt, half teaspoon curry, a teaspoon coriander. I'm going to put half teaspoon ginger. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon. Then oregano, salt. You know, we've already added about half teaspoon of garlic salt. I'm going to follow it up with another half teaspoon stock cube. So the reason why I'm putting 1 stock cube is because I'm also going to add stock cube in our dry mixture, so that's why. Mix it all together. If it wasn't for the money, guys, and movies, time and children, all the things I got, I wonder, yeah, would you want me? Would you be calling? So we're done mixing. Next up, cover it up and pop it back into the refrigerator. So into the freezer it goes for about 35 minutes. Toodaloo. While we're waiting for the chicken, I'm going to start mixing the dry ingredients. 1.5 tablespoons. So let me just make it 2 tablespoons of flour. Oh my god, I have not been recording. I honestly thought I was recording, but apparently I was not. So let me just tell you what happened. So what I did, this is the flour. I added black pepper. I added salt. I added garlic salt. Added oregano. I added 1 spice cube. I added garlic powder. I added coriander. Yeah, that's about it. And I was just about to move on to the egg mixture when I realized that I was not filming. The last chicken I made, I did not put any spices in the flour. I just put regular flour like that and coated it. And I didn't really enjoy the coating that much. You know, I went crazy. I turned the chicken into a mummy, and I'm not about to do that this time. So I've spiced my flour so that with every bite I'm tasting something tasty. Yeah, I'm sure that makes sense. And in the last one, I also used water for the washing, but this time I'm going to be using egg. So I crack it open. So 2 eggs. I'm going to put the spices that I did not put in the flour mixture. I'm going to put curry, half teaspoon, this bit. So just to balance out the flavor, so that with every bite we're loving it. Now that these are ready, I'm going to go ahead and bring out the chicken. I've brought out the chicken. I'm going to go ahead and open it now. Ta-da! So diving straight in, I'm going to pick up the chicken. This is our guinea pig, or rather our guinea fowl. Put it in. See, I'm not trying to turn it into mommy again, so it's just light coats, light coats. And I might do this one twice because it's our guinea fowl. Sit it on the. Okay, this is pretty much the last one. I was very intentional when I was bringing out the flour, because the last time I had so much flour remaining, and even though I kept it and told myself yes, I'm going to use it again, I didn't use it though. That was how that thing wasted. And this time I was like, see, I'd rather not have some chicken coated in flour and have flour instead. So now that we're done with all this beautiful mess, I'm going to go ahead and fry them. Let's test the oil with this small one. The oil is ready. Let's go. Starting with our guinea fowl. Time to bring them out. Last piece. Ooh, let's get to tasting. I can't take this no more. Can't wait. I can't wait. You know what time it is? It's tasting time. You've seen the chicken, it came out perfect and it smells so good as well. Like, it doesn't smell like KFC, but it smells really good. Like, it smells really good. And I think it's a combination of curry. Curry, like, how could I not have put curry in the first one? Well, it's because they didn't add it in the recipe I used. But this time I was like, I know my taste bud, I know what I like. What else? I get a hint of the oregano. I get a hint of the oregano. What else? I, I think that's it too. The curry and the oregano, they're really doing it for me. Let's go ahead and taste it. Wow. So nice. And the coating tastes better this time. You know, the last time I did not really spice the flour that I used to coat it. But this time I did, and it tastes really good. Like every bite is heavenly. Mm. Anywho, so that's it for the series of righting my wrongs. I've tried my best, I've become better, and I am ready for a new calendar year. If you've not seen the two previous episodes on this series, make sure to watch them because, I mean, why not? It's a series. You have to do episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, and it's just 3 episodes. Like, it's cool off with it, really cool off with it. Invite your friends, plug into your smart TV, like big screen, blow it up. Even go to the cinema with it. And yeah, just you could even make the meal alongside with me and just enjoy yourself, relax, and yeah.